Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. Today I want to show you and teach you how to teach yourself how to perform a 3-beat weave. The 3-beat weave is a standard POI technique in the art of POI, and it looks a lot like this from the front angle or a lot like this from the side angle. Now, keep in mind, I am not a POI expert. I do not know a lot about the art of POI or the theory of POI. I know just a little bit to inspire people, to teach them how to teach themselves the very basics to get started on their journey of performing POI. So right here you are seeing the 3-beat weave kind of sloppily performed by myself. Once again, I'm not really good at doing the 3-beat weave, but I'm good enough to show you how to get started doing it. To get started, first you're going to need to find yourself some POI. POI can be a glow stick on a string, it can be tennis balls inside of some pantyhose or leggings or stockings, or it can even be any sort of ball on a string like this. Right here what I have is my fire POI, and they're covered with some, the wicks on them are covered with a protective padding, and they are just on some chains. If you're going to be doing fire POI, which I don't think anyone should ever perform fire, nope, 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 unless you have a mentor who's willing to teach you how to do it, I would recommend never performing fire, just so you know. But if you do have some fire POI that works just fine, I would recommend covering them with a sock or perhaps some sort of bag to protect the wick. Because if you're performing POI and it hits each other or even the ground, you'll find that it wears down your Kevlar and your wicks much faster. But to get started, what we want to do is pick one side or the other. I'm going to start with my left side and put both of the POI hanging down nice and slow, nice and low on the left side like this. Now what I'm going to start by doing is taking my left hand, or the one that's furthest away from the same side. So if I'm starting on the left side, I start by leading with my left hand. And I'm going to cross over to the opposite side like this. I follow through with my right one backwards, up and around, and in front like that. And then I take the hand that's on top and swing it down and around, and boom. Now I'm at the beginning again on the other side. So I'm on my right side at the beginning starting point where both hands are holding the POI on my right side. Now I'm going to take the most right hand, the one that's furthest on the side that the POI is currently on, which is on the right side, and start with that one. You're always going to be alternating left, right, every time you swing the POI around. That's a pro tip. So we'll take the POI on the right side, we're going to X over onto the left side. We're going to follow through all the way back and around and down to the front, and then the hand that's on top is going to follow through and come up in front. So every time you have a hand that's on top, that's the one that wants to keep going through also. So go back down, or whenever one's underneath, you're going to follow through, down and around, and then you're open again. So now we're on the right side. So you're going to cross, uncross, open up. Hands are open, parallel to each other. We're going to cross, we're going to uncross, and then open back up again. So this is the front angle. Allow me to show you the side angle. It looks a lot like this. Both hands are open on the right. I'm going to cross over to the left side. My hand that's underneath, the arm that's underneath, my left arm is going to go back and around and front, and then I'm going to uncross. So I'm holding both the POI on my left side just like this. And now I'm going to go back to the right side. I'm going to cross over to the right. This one's going to swing backwards. It feels kind of uncomfortable if you're breaking it down this slow, but the flow happens. Once you get into the flow, it feels a lot more natural. But right now we're learning what they call the block letters before we learn how to do cursive. I'm going to swing back up and around and down, and then open back up so both hands are open on the right hand side, parallel arms like this. And if you get good at this, and if you take your time to go nice and slow just like this, cross, uncross, open up. Cross, uncross, open up. And if you get good at this and you spend your time to explore the feeling, you can just kind of swing, swing, swing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 left, 1, 2, 3 right, 1, 2, 3 left, 1, 2, 3 right. You can tighten it up if you want and move it just really close to your hands like this. It's a good idea to do a split time so the POI are opposite like that. Now once again, I am not a qualified POI spinning expert. POI is not something I'm particularly good at, but I do enjoy playing with POI every now and again. And this past weekend I did a little bit of fire performance with the POI. So I know just a little bit to impress people who don't know better, and I know just a little bit to people who are experienced with POI, and they know better, that they know that I'm not necessarily the best POI spinner, and that's okay. Because with the circus and flow arts, it's not about how good you are compared to other people, it's about how much joy you can get out of doing it yourself if you're doing it for the sake of achieving a state of flow for yourself. Now, when it comes to performance art and performing in front of groups of people, it's important to polish your skills enough that it is entertaining for the audience, not just for yourself. In fact, it's more important to be entertaining for your audience than it is for your own satisfaction of achieving that state of flow. What I mean by that is performance art differs greatly from the art of practicing flow arts. When you're performing for a crowd, you have to take in consideration of your audience and what will be entertaining for them to watch. It's about their experience, not so much about yours. Now, when it comes to the flow arts in general, when you're doing flow arts all for yourself with music in your own home with no audience watching you, that's when it's okay. It's okay just to achieve a state of flow regardless of what you look like to anyone else. It's more important you're doing it for yourself when you're practicing on your own. Now, when you're practicing to become a better entertainer for the sake of an audience, that's a whole other ballgame altogether. It's less about having proper technical skill, more so about being entertaining through comedy, through motion, even sometimes through technical skill, yes. But it's always important to engage your audience, and I think that's another video for another day. But for right now, thanks so much for tuning in to a very basic, very rushed, and very short introduction on how to teach yourself the art of the 3-beat weave with POI. I appreciate it very much. Please know that I post every single day for the year of 2021, and I have so far this year, and I intend on posting every single day for the rest of this year. Regardless of whatever's going on in my life, I will be doing a post every single day and 2 posts every Sunday, because every Sunday I teach a new circus and flow arts tutorial. That's right, and that's what you just saw here today. And the best way to figure out what I'm all about here on my channel is to check out my playlist section, where I've carefully organized all of the content I've made so far for this year into different playlists, making it easier for people to figure out something that might pique their interest if they're visiting my channel. So that's a wrap, folks. Thanks so much for tuning in and watching this video despite the lighting issues and the echo in the room. I appreciate it very much. I hope that you got something out of this video, and I welcome any and all critiques. I know that the quality of the video itself needs to come around better, and there's always room for improvement. Please drop a comment down below and let me know how this video made you feel. Any suggestions for the future, I'd appreciate it very much. And I'll end this video now with these words of remember to never give up, and to do your best, to stay true to you, and to be amazing, folks. Thanks once again for tuning in. I apologize once again for the quality of the video, but I hope you're looking at the content that I'm creating rather than the quality of the visual aspect of it. But until I get my studio back together in sunshiny, God-loving Detroit, we'll keep doing these videos on my camera. And until then, my friends, take care. See you next time. Bye-bye.